Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door.
Hey guys, happy Friday and welcome back to another weekend prep video. Okay, yes, I know I said Friday, so I thought I would actually start this weekend prep video on a Friday because I had the day off work today. So I went out of town to get some labs drawn. Adam and I went out to eat, and then I came home and made 4 lasagnas to deliver tonight. You guys know I volunteer for Lasagna Love, and I had quite a few this week. I still have one more to deliver on Sunday. So let me rewind for a couple hours and I'll share that with you. Okay, so I just want to pop in here and let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by Warby Parker. Yes, I'm wearing my newest pair of Warby Parker glasses today, and I've been working with them for a long time here on my channel. If you are not familiar with them, Warby Parker offers everything you need for happier eyes, including eyeglasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses, and you can actually shop with them either online or in stores. The best thing about Warby Parker is that their prescription lenses start at just $95, which is fantastic for a pair of glasses. If you guys have ever purchased glasses before at an eye doctor, you know that they are way more expensive than that. This is the new pair that I just got, which is the Tony. These are in wide, and I got the tortoise shell. One of my other favorite pairs are these that I just recently got. These are the Santiago in black. I needed a pair of black frames because I didn't have one. And then another pair that I wear super frequently, these are the Haskell in like crystal clear. I really love these as well. The other cool thing about Warby Parker is that for every pair of glasses you purchase, they actually donate a pair to someone in need. And they have distributed over 10 million pairs of glasses through their buy a pair, give a pair program, which I think is fantastic. And if you choose to buy more than one pair, you'll actually get 15% off, which is really cool as well. They have a great app. So if you want to virtually try on glasses before you get them in your home try on, you can totally do that as well. But if you guys want to get a free home try on, you can get 5 pairs of glasses for free at home to try on. There is no obligation to buy. I highly recommend it to anyone who asks me about my glasses or where I get my glasses or where they should get their glasses. And if you have an outside prescription from an eye doctor, you can take a picture of it with your phone, upload it. It's super quick and easy, or they also offer eye exams as well. So if you guys want to try Warby Parker's free home try-on program, you can go to warbyparker.com/Jen and pick out your glasses to try at home for free. They also include a prepaid return shipping label, so it's super easy to send them back. Once again, you can try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/Jen. And thank you again to Warby Parker for sponsoring today's video and being such a longtime supporter of my channel. All right, so we're gonna make some meat sauce for the lasagna. So I'm just gonna heat up a pot with a little bit of olive oil in there. Okay, so I used my meat masher to break up the beef, and I am gonna go ahead and season this. I typically don't add chopped onion when I'm making lasagnas for Lasagna Love, just because some people don't like that. So I'm just gonna season it with some garlic powder. I like to use the dried minced onion because it has good onion flavor, but without the big chunks. And then some Italian herbs, some pepper, and some salt. All right, so our beef is cooked, and I did drain out some or most of the fat. So I'm gonna add a couple jars of marinara sauce. This is just Prego that I got at Sam's Club. I put 2 pounds in, so I'm gonna do 2 large jars. And then I always just put a little bit of water in the jar just to get the rest of the sauce out so I don't waste any. Okay, and then I have some marinara sauce in the freezer that I thawed out a little bit, so I'm gonna add that in there as well. Just because I have to make 5 lasagnas this weekend, so I want to make sure I have enough sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna put a lid on this and we'll just let it simmer for probably about 15 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna make the ricotta filling for the lasagnas. So I've got 3 eggs in here. I'm gonna use equal parts cottage cheese and ricotta cheese. And if you want more information on Lasagna Love, I will link their site down below, but then I also did a dedicated video on them earlier this year that basically just kind of goes through you know, how it works, what their mission is, and then what my recipe is for lasagna, although I really don't use a recipe anymore because I've made it so much that it just, I don't need one, but I did type it out in the description box of that video. Okay, so I mixed this up. I'm gonna put some pepper in here, and I am gonna add some Parmesan cheese as well. This is where you can add fresh herbs if you have them, like fresh basil. I'm gonna add a good amount of Parmesan. Fresh parsley. I don't have any on hand, so I'm just gonna add some dried Italian herbs. And a pinch of salt, but I'm not gonna add too much salt because the cottage cheese has salt and obviously the Parmesan is very salty. And I'm hoping this will be enough for the lasagnas I have to make this weekend. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these lasagnas together. So I start with a layer of sauce on the bottom, and basically what I do is I take my noodles and I soak them in hot water so that they're pliable, and then they'll finish obviously cooking in the oven. Technically these are no boil noodles, but I find that when I don't either boil them or soak them in water, it soaks up too much of the sauce and then I end up with a dry lasagna. So I do sauce on the bottom, then I do a layer of noodles, a layer of ricotta, and then another layer of meat sauce, and then I just sprinkle over a handful of mozzarella, and then I repeat the layers until I do 3 layers of noodles. Okay, so this is gonna look like it's not very full. However, you have to realize that all of the water in the sauce, or a lot of it's gonna get soaked up by those noodles. So you don't wanna put another layer on it or it's gonna totally overflow your pan. So I've got my oven set to 400 degrees. I'm just gonna double up the pan. I cover this up with foil, put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 1 hour. Okay, so our lasagnas are done, and I do label them. I have one that doesn't have any cottage cheese or ricotta in it. These 2 do. I have to replace the foil on these because they're kind of, but obviously this will stay hot for quite a while, so Adam's gonna drive me to go deliver these. I'm just working on making some salads. So normally I do bag salads, but if I'm just cooking for like 1 person or like 2 people like I am tonight, then I just kind of make a little salad in one of these trays. And then I have some garlic bread. I put that on a sheet tray and I'm just cooking in the oven. Actually, I need to take that out. And then if I'm cooking just for 1 person, I'll do it in a little loaf pan like this because I feel like it makes the perfect amount for 1 meal plus leftovers. All right, so we've got our 4 lasagnas. We've got our garlic bread. I need to wrap that up in some foil. I've got, let's see, I've got 2. These are salads in the fridge for the larger orders, I guess you'd say. And then this is also another salad I made. This is just for 3 people, so there's actually quite a bit of lettuce in there. And I put some tomatoes and some cheese and Caesar dressing and some croutons. Okay, so after we had everything put together, I boxed everything up and Adam drove me to deliver all 4 meals. So it took us probably about 30 or 45 minutes. It was kind of funny because Connor like saw me cooking all of the food and he was like, why are you making dinner? It's Friday. It's pizza night. Like, that is like the thing in our house is like, we can only have pizza on Fridays. Like, if we have pizza any other night, my kids are like, why are we having pizza? It's not Friday. And Friday is only for pizza. Like, anything else is sacrilegious. So anyway, we ended up getting pizza from Pizza Hut tonight because that's what the kids wanted. It's not mine and Adam's favorite. Like, we would rather get it from like a local pizza place, but normally we get it Pizza Hut for the kids because they want the stuffed crust. All the kids want the stuffed crust. So anyway, I am just in my office now. I am finishing a thumbnail and I'm going to get this video uploaded for today's episode of Vlogmas. And then I've got 2 more videos to edit this weekend to go up Saturday and Sunday. Connor has a basketball tournament tomorrow, so we will be going to bed fairly early tonight so that we can get up early. And I think we have to leave at like 7:15 in the morning because it's out of town. So that is where we will be probably most of the day tomorrow. We'll probably get back mid-afternoon. I have some things I want to get done around the house this weekend, and yeah, just try to catch up on some things as we do before the work week starts. I have actually gotten quite a bit of my Christmas shopping done, which is nice. So one thing that I really need to do is like inventory what I've ordered so far and figure out what else I need to get for the remainder of people on my list. And I always like to like figure out what I've gotten the kids and add up the totals of what I've spent, because I always try to make sure that I spend equal amounts on them. I also need to get my nails done because one of them just popped off tonight. So anyway, busy weekend ahead. Let's get her done. All right, it is Saturday afternoon, about 3:30, and we have spent basically all morning and early afternoon at a basketball tournament. Connor's team had 3 games. They lost 2 and won 1, which is pretty good, honestly. They're like a newer team and they've really only played like 3. This is their 3rd tournament this season, and this team has never played together before. So all things considered, they're doing pretty well. There's 2 like really tall kids on the team, Connor and then another kid. They have really some pretty good players. It's just, you know, when you're first playing together, you have to learn your teammates and learn how to play with them. Connor was kind of discouraged after last weekend's tournament because they didn't win any games. And I just told him, I'm like, hey, remember your soccer team when you guys first started playing together? It took you like 2 years to get really good. Like, that's what happens. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys. I got a Bath & Body Works order. Just got home and I saw it on the porch and I thought I would share it quick with you. So I really only buy stuff from Bath & Body Works when it's like very much on sale. Like, I am not paying full price, which is like $25 for these 3-wick candles. So I wanted to order some stuff for Kira because she likes that kind of stuff and it's an easy thing to get her for Christmas. But then they also had the 3-wick candles for, I want to say they were like $13.95, which I think is a really good price. And then they had the hand soaps on sale and the wallflowers. So I did get some pretty good deals, but I'll just show you. I did get one other candle that came like randomly by itself yesterday. That one is actually for Adam because it's more of like a masculine scented candle, I guess, for his basement. But that one's upstairs. But this one is fresh balsam. So I tried to get like some winter scents, but I didn't want anything too Christmassy because I know I won't have time obviously to use all this stuff up before Christmas. This one is interesting. It's called Paris Cafe. It's coffee, brioche, and vanilla. I think that smells really good. I've never had that one before. This one is flannel. I've had this one before. This one sort of smells like a men's cologne, kind of. And then this one is spiced apple toddy. I really love the color of that, and it's also, it smells very good. It smells like cinnamony apple. I did get one pumpkin pecan waffles. So I think the one I'm gonna burn right now is the fresh balsam because that's the most Christmassy. And I do have a snowflake 3-wick candle holder that I just had in my cupboard. So I'm gonna go ahead and burn this. I did get I'll link this down below, but I did get this candle lighting set on Amazon. So basically it comes with like a wick trimmer and then this little like rechargeable electric lighter, which is really cool. But basically before you light your candles, you are supposed to trim the wicks down. And I've been doing that for most of my candles and it has been helping, I've noticed. It helps them basically burn more evenly so you don't kind of end up with those like big craters in your candles, if you know what I'm talking about. And then this lighter is cool also because it doesn't have any fluid, so it'll never run out. It's just rechargeable. The only thing I will say is if you happen to get like melted wax on the little prongs in between there, it will not work. Like I assume it's like a, what is it called? It's not called a bolt of electricity. I don't know, Adam probably knows what it's called. A current? Is that what it's called? A current of electricity? Okay, and then I got some wallflowers. So I got mostly kind of like Christmassy, sort of. Okay, so this one's mahogany balsam. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in the bathroom down here. That smells good. So I have a few different winter, Christmas/winter wallflower plugins. I'm gonna use this one, the Christmas tree one, in the bathroom down here, and then I'll put the other one in the hallway upstairs. I think this one lights up too. Oh yeah, ta-da. These were the like lotions and body sprays and stuff I got for Kira. I tried to get matching, but they were kind of out of some. So I got Dark Kiss, Pink Suede, and Lovely Dreamer. And then I also grabbed some of the little antibacterial hand gel. So Kira likes boba tea, so I thought I would put this in her stocking. This is like just one of the holders. And then I'll give her a couple of the little antibacterial things with it so she can clip it on her bag for school. And then these are the hand soaps I got. Again, I tried to get like wintry ones, but not like super Christmassy. So I got Snowy Peachberry, Lavender Cloud, Blackberry Bergamot, Coconut Mint Drop, and Kitchen Lemon. Good morning and happy Sunday. We're gonna make some breakfast. I'm making some hash browns in this pan right here. These are basically done. I'm gonna make some bacon and some eggs as well. Okay, so for breakfast this morning, I made eggs with hash browns and bacon and toast. Just very simple breakfast. I did pick up this whole wheat bread at the store this week, which was really good. We haven't had whole wheat bread on hand for quite a while, and honestly, Adam and I both prefer it, but I've been buying white bread for the kids, but this is what I made Adam for breakfast. All right, so I got the dishwasher loaded after breakfast. I still have some things I need to hand wash. Okay, so this is what I'm having for breakfast, or I guess you could say brunch because it's almost 11. But I'm gonna have some of these hash brown potatoes, but this is actually a Factor breakfast meal that I just heated up. It's a turkey sausage tostada bake. So I guess this can be my breakfast slash lunch today. I also put some salsa on it. Their breakfasts are really good, I have found personally. And now I'm working on cleaning out some stuff in my pantry. So I actually had quite a bit of things that were expired. So I threw those out, and now everything that's left is basically all of my baking supplies and baking mixes and salad toppings that are not expired. So I actually got these cornflakes because I made a vintage recipe, and now I don't know what to do with the rest of them, so I'll have to figure that out. I know you can like coat chicken with it and stuff like that, but I've got just like different kinds of flours in here. I've got some funfetti cake mix that I probably need to use up, and then I've got baking chocolate, chocolate chips, shortening, stuff like that, all my pudding mixes, and then I can't even remember why I bought this. Brown rice flour, white rice flour. It must have been for some recipe. And then I found I had some super fine sugar in the back of my pantry, which I mean, I can basically substitute that for regular sugar if I want to do any baking. Basically, this was all stuff that was like back in the corners here. That's what I'm not like that, you know, pantries are hard no matter how you organize them, because there's always a spot where you're not going to be able to get to stuff very well. And for me, it's like these corners way in the back. And so that's kind of what I was going through. I actually found a whole nother package of spring roll wrappers. So I'm glad that I did that before I put my grocery order in, because I was actually going to order some more of these. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep these Quest crackers yet. I don't know. They're not bad. I just bought a multi-pack of them from Amazon, and I don't know if I'm going to get them all eaten before they expire. I've got some walnuts. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. Okay, so I am going to make some chili for us to have this afternoon because there's a football game on. So I've got 2 pounds of ground beef. This is actually just some ground beef from Good Chop that I had in my refrigerator that I want to get used up. I don't want to put it back in the freezer. So 2 pounds of that I added to here, and then I chopped up 1 yellow onion, added that, and then I also chopped up a jalapeno, and I've added that as well. So I'm just gonna cook this until everything is cooked through. I may have to drain it a little bit. We'll see how much grease is in there. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. Okay, so I've got a big can of chili beans. I'm gonna add those. I'm gonna add a can of tomato sauce and then some water. I'm gonna add a can of Rotel. If I had some regular diced tomatoes, I'd add those too, but I don't have any right now. All right, I'm gonna add some chili powder, quite a bit, but we can add more if we need it. Cumin, coriander. I'm gonna leave out the cayenne for now, just because I wanna make sure it's not too spicy. Definitely need quite a bit of salt. I also meant to add some garlic, some minced garlic, and I totally forgot, so I'll probably add some garlic powder as well. Okay, so I usually like to let this simmer for at least half an hour, so I'm gonna put the lid on. I just have it on like medium-low heat, and I'll stir it every so often. Okay, so I've seasoned this to taste. It's simmered for a while. I think it needs some more beans, so I'm gonna add 1 can of dark red kidney beans. But I also added like a spoonful of sugar just to balance out the spice and the acidity from the tomatoes. I added a little bit more chili powder, some salt. So this is pretty much done. So I have a sheet of puff pastry, and I had it in my freezer, and I didn't really have anything to do with it. So I'm gonna make some pigs in a blanket with puff pastry. I can't recall if I've ever done this before, but normally I use crescent rolls, but I also have some hot dogs on hand, so let's see. I think I'm gonna cut these in half, the hot dogs. These are just beef hot dogs, Oscar Mayer. Okay, so I think this is how I'm gonna wrap these. Okay, so I put all the hot dogs on the tray here. I'm just gonna brush these with a little bit of egg wash. This is just an egg that I beat up with a couple tablespoons of water. And then I'll probably just sprinkle these with some coarse salt. There's a little ham and cheese turnover that I made here with the remainder with the puff pastry dough. Okay, this is just like some coarse coarse salt. Okay, so I've got the oven set to 400 degrees. I'm gonna put these in here, put these in there for probably about 15 minutes. All right, so if you have not made pigs in a blanket with puff pastry recently, I definitely recommend it. It's much better than the crescent rolls. And then we had the chili on the side. This is what we ended up having for lunch, and it was really good. And we had plenty of leftovers from the chili. So Connor went over to his friend's house today to make Christmas cookies, and he brought a bunch home. So I'm just gonna put them on our little cake plate here. These look like really thick, delicious sugar. I have to figure out when I'm gonna do that with the kids, or even ask them if they want to. They probably we'll probably do gingerbread houses, obviously, because if you watched my Costco haul, I did get gingerbread houses at Costco, and they are the pre-built kind, so that's awesome, because then you don't have to deal with all of that business. Milo, are you sleeping on your little pillow? Huh? Are you a baby? Say that every day. Are you a baby? Say you're my baby. Oh, you good boy. Yes, you good boy. I tried to put his little sweater on him yesterday. He wasn't having it. But he does tend to be cold, and sometimes he will allow me to put it on him, especially when he goes outside. I think he likes it when it's like super cold and windy. Then you don't have to freeze to death when you're out there for 3 minutes going potty, right? So, funny story, Connor actually got me this Lego Christmas set a few years ago, and he actually doesn't like building Legos much anymore. He's more into like video games now and stuff like that, but he did build this for me last year, and so Adam was holding it downstairs. He brought it upstairs. It's just a little Christmas like set. It comes with a little Christmas tree, and then there's an inside too. Like if you turn around, you can see the inside of the house, but I'm not gonna do that, but I think it's cute to display for Christmas. Milo doesn't want to take a bath, do you? You don't want to take a bath? You have to take a bath though. All right, so I'm gonna bake some bread in my bread machine. So Adam bought me this Cuisinart bread maker. I wanna say it was like 2 or 3 years ago for Christmas, and I've only used it a couple times, and I feel like I wanna get better at it. So I'm gonna use one of the recipes out of the booklet it came with for 100% whole wheat bread. So if you guys have bread maker tips, let me know. Okay, I'm adding warm water, 2 tablespoons of honey, 4 cups of whole wheat flour, and then 5½ teaspoons of wheat gluten. I have to buy this on Amazon because I can't find it around here. 1, and then 2 1/4 teaspoons of, it said you can use bread machine yeast, so that's what I got. Place ingredients in the order listed. Place the bread pan, press menu and select whole wheat. Menu, press crust and select medium. Crust, press loaf size, 2 pounds, press start. Ta-da! Okay, now one thing I do know is that there is like a little, I don't know what you call it. Do they call it a kneading paddle? So once it's mixed and ready to rise, you can actually take the bread out, remove the kneading paddle, and put it back in so that you don't have like a big hole in the bottom of your loaf of bread, or at least I think that's what you're supposed to do. So we'll see if I remember to do that. I was actually kind of wondering if there is a good cookbook for bread makers. I have a bread cookbook, but it's not for bread makers. It's just for baking regular bread. So if you guys know of one, let me know. So I'm trying to figure out another video for this week, and I just got this vintage cookbook in the mail from Etsy. It's the Better Homes and Gardens After Work cookbook. It was published in the 70s. So I was looking at the meal plans to see if I could find something to make that would be reasonable, that my kids would like for dinner this week. So I'll continue to look at that. I do need to order some groceries today. I was just starting to put together a gift for Connor's teacher. So the school sent out like wish lists for all the teachers so we could get ideas of what to get them. And on her wish list was Element drink packets, which I have those because I love Element. So I decided that I'm going to put that in her little gift basket. I just kind of put an assortment in here, and then I'm probably going to order the rest of the stuff from Walmart with my groceries today. Doesn't this look like a lovely loaf of bread?
What is that?
It's bread. I made it.
Why does it have a...
I don't think that's how it's supposed to look.
It's kind of...
I don't know.
It will probably taste good.
We gotta wait for it to cool and then slice it. See if it tastes good. Put some jam on it.
It's hot.
What?
It looks like...
Looks like meat.
When I was over there, I don't have my glasses. I don't have my glasses on. I looked and I thought it was meat.
It's a rustic.
Mystery meat.
Okay, so this bread was a fail. I mean, we did try a few slices with some butter. It's just way too dense, and this is bad. I like gave the dog a piece of the crust and it sounded like a dog biscuit. Here, come here. Sit. It's like crunch, 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 crunch. Yeah. No. Okay, so my Walmart order just got here for this week, so I thought I'd share with you guys what I got. I got a bunch of strawberries because Connor's class is having like a Christmas breakfast this week, and I said I would bring fruit and donuts. So I got 3 2-pound packages of strawberries. I'm not sure if I'll cut up all of these because I have some other fruit as well. Probably just 2 of them, and then 1 of them we'll use here at home. I got a couple stalks of broccoli for dinner tonight, and then some angel hair coleslaw for a salad recipe that I want to try. I have some burrata in the fridge that I got from, I think it was Sam's Club. So I got some basil to go with that. A couple bags of grapes for to bring to school for the kids, along with some kiwis. I thought it would be fun to do like red and green fruits. So I figured like strawberries, grapes, kiwis. I have some green apples too I can probably put in there. I got a bag of limes because I was running low on those. And then I got 3/4 pound of the deli oven roasted chicken. This is actually pretty good. I actually like it better than the turkey at Walmart. I got some beef bologna, some romaine hearts for salads, some milk because we were all out of that. I did get some French onion dip. Connor's been asking me for that to go with some chips. And I got some cottage cheese because I like to have that with my breakfast, and I was all out. I got some Cracker Barrel sharp cheddar cheese for Kira, and then I got a couple packages of the Ballpark Angus hot dogs. I just decided to try this brand this time. A lot of times I get the Oscar Mayer ones, but I got those instead. Some sharp cheddar cheese, a block, and then some slices for sandwiches. And then I was all out of feta cheese, so I grabbed a replacement of that. I got a couple loaves of white bread and some hot dog buns. I saw this Skinny Girl Honey Dijon dressing, so I thought I would try that for salads. And then I got a couple boxes of the Power Crunch protein bars. These are really good if you've never tried them. I got 1 strawberry cream and then 1 peanut butter fudge. I got some salsa because we were all out of that. Some strawberry jam. And then I also got some lavash bread that I can use for sandwiches and wraps. Some English muffins, just because I thought that sounded good for breakfast sandwiches or snacks. I actually like English muffins with peanut butter and jelly on them. I got some puff pastry just to keep in the freezer in case I want to use it for pigs in a blanket. Some sourdough bread, and then I got some more of this Skinny Girl popcorn. These little bags are only 160 calories per bag, and they're pretty good. There's a couple different flavors. One is like lime and salt, which is good, but I decided to try the plain butter one this time. I got some Diet Mountain Dew, and then I got some sparkling water. This is the Liquid Death mango flavor. I've never tried that flavor before, so I thought I would try that. And then I got a bunch of stuff for Connor's teachers. So they actually filled out like these questionnaires, and then the principal shared them so we could know like what to get the teachers. So I also got stuff for his Adam, what's that called? That is tag, but it's not. What's that called that's tag, but it's not tag anymore? GT. So I decided to get stuff for Connor's like GT teacher and his specials teachers and stuff like that, because I figured that they probably don't get a lot of stuff being that they're not like regular classroom teachers. So one teacher said that she liked popcorn. So I got a couple bags of this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put these in the gift bag or the Skinny Pop that I got. The Skinny Pop comes with white cheddar and then regular. I think this is like the Charlie I don't even know how to say it, D'Amelio popcorn. So I can't speak to the cotton candy, but we did try this Parmesan garlic one, and it is not very good at all. Do not recommend. I don't know about the popcorn. We'll see about that. And then they had them list like their favorite like snacks and treats and stuff like that. So I got Milky Ways. One teacher said she likes dark chocolate Reese's. Gummy candy. I got Skittles. I didn't even know they had these, but these are peanut butter M&M minis. So that's kind of fun. And then the school secretary said that they keep like Tootsie Rolls and stuff like that in the like prize bin in the office. So I got a refill on those. Some Dove chocolate. And then I tried to just get like some little, you know, like Kleenex and hand sanitizer and lip balm and stuff like that. Some of the stuff that I ordered, they were out of stock. But I was able to get some like travel size Kleenexes, some hand sanitizer. I have some more upstairs I can throw in there. And then these were 4 packs of EOS lip balm. So I got 2 of those. And then this is a set of 5 hand lotions. One teacher said that she likes plain coffee. So I got one of the Pike Place bags of coffee. And then another one said she liked the Papermate Flare pens. So I got some of those. Peach tea, and a vanilla cold brew. Oh, and then Connor's teacher said that she likes Scooby snacks, which I thought was kind of funny. So I got like a kind of like a dual pack of this. It comes with Cheez-Its also. I needed some more Barkeeper's Friend. This is what I use a lot for my sink. So I got a refill of that. And then for tomorrow, I also said that I would bring chocolate milk. I didn't want to deal with like cups and a big jug of chocolate milk. So I just got 2 of these 12 packs of the Horizon chocolate milk. So I'll probably put those out in the garage fridge so they'll be cold for this week. And then I got some Diet Pepsi just for us here at home, and then some dog treats as well. All right, so since that last bread failed so miserably, let's try this recipe. Basic white bread. Basic white bread machine bread. I can't speak. Okay, 1.5 cups of warm water. 3 tablespoons of softened butter. 1 tablespoon of sugar. Salt. And then 4 cups of bread flour, which I have here. Okay, and then I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of non-fat dry milk. and then 2 teaspoons of yeast. So I decided to do something really easy for dinner tonight. So I'm making these waffle fries and these chicken bites that I got from Sam's Club earlier in the week. If you guys haven't seen my Sam's Club haul, that is on my channel. It's just a few videos back. And honestly, I don't know if I've ever purchased these before, but everyone talks about how they're so close to the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. I gotta say, they are very strongly pickle flavored. So if you're averse to that, like my daughter is, I would not recommend getting them. Actually, we didn't like them all that well, so I probably wouldn't purchase them again, but we'll definitely eat the bag that we have. And this is obviously a super simple dinner. You guys know that I keep it real here. I often serve super simple dinners, and this one I felt fine about because everything was baked in the oven, and then I also had a ton of broccoli on the side. So this is what I had. I filled half my plate up with broccoli so I can get tons of veggies in. And then I had a little bit of waffle fries and some of the chicken with some of that copycat Chick-fil-A sauce. And then later on this evening, I worked on cutting up the fruit for Connor's class. I did mention to you guys that they're having a Christmas breakfast. And so I did strawberries and kiwis, and I put them in the snowman tray, and it turned out really well. Okay, so you can see this particular loaf of bread turned out much, much better. I am still going to be refining my bread making skills in my bread machine, but this one worked out really well. You can see that it rose. It tasted delicious. I don't know if it's just like the whole wheat that had trouble rising. I know whole wheat bread is a little bit different, but we had that for a little snack before bedtime with some jam. It was super delicious. So don't forget to check out today's sponsor, Warby Parker, if you guys need glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses. And if you guys want to see my most recent video, you can click right here. And thank you for joining me for another day of Vlogmas.